and let us all do we can to build a better future.
So guess what? Poor people, stop complaining. What, you want Medicare for all? Whatever. What, you want student debt forgiveness? Get a job, loser. Oh, what, you want your roads paved? Functioning infrastructure? We can't afford that. Oh, what, you want a livable wage? You want social benefits? Clean drinking water? Hey, I need you. That's right, you, to stop asking for stuff because we can't afford it. But we can't afford 2 wars. Priorities here, people. Priorities, people, because Janet Yellen says, can America afford another war at this time? And she says, yes, absolutely. I think the answer is yes, absolutely. We can afford 2 wars. That's Janet Yellen. Janet Yellen. Oh, yeah, Janet Yellen's going to be yelling all right. Here, if you don't believe me, here. Let's listen. Oh, Janet Yellen herself. Here, it's all okay. Just stop asking for other stuff, poor people, and shut up and believe in war.
What this all means. Paul Tudor-Jones, the famed investor, was on CNBC this week, and he said, this is the most threatening and challenging geopolitical environment that I've ever seen. At the same time, the US is in its weakest fiscal position since World War II, with debt to GDP at 122%. Can America, can the West afford another war at this time?
Now, I already gave you the answer, but hang on. Watch how lightning fast she responds. This is how you know we're ruled by sociopaths. So if you're a conservative, a Democrat, socialist, libertarian, I need you people, and you people, all you generations, boomers, Xers, millennials, Gen Z, to stop asking for stuff. Priorities is war. Forever war. Do you really think these politicians care? Here, let's rewind and hear the question again. Again, look at the face of indifference.
Can America, can the West afford another war at this time?
I think the answer is absolutely. America can certainly afford to stand with Israel and to support Israel's military needs. And we also can and must support Ukraine in its struggle against Russia. And look, the American economy is doing extremely well.
Hey, man, shoot. Hey, Jimmy Dore, I think you got to run for your money, man, because this lady's a killer. Chrissy Mara, step aside. Oh, man. Oh, Jesus. That was funny. Now, hey, you know I got to ask this question. I know this will bring pain in many of your hearts, but type 1 if seriously, this is a question. How's the economy treating you? Type 1 if you be like, oh, kid, the economy's treating me great. 3 meals a day, full tank of gas. I get to go on vacation. My mortgage's paid off. I'm living my best life, baby. Who loves you? Type 2, Kit, please stop asking this question. It hurts to say, I don't know how I'm going to make it past tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to make it past the next hour, man. Dude, it costs $300 to go outside. That's right, folks. Don't be surprised if they do pass a law. You must pay $300 to go outside. Here, let's listen to this one more time because this is funny. This is funny.
In its struggle against Russia. And look, the American economy is doing extremely well.
What this all
Yes, the American economy is doing extremely well. But hey, look, this whole idea of the United States helping out Ukraine, I want to pull this article here from RT just to trigger the liberals. The West is fed up with Zelensky. Ukrainian finance minister Sergei Marchenko recently acknowledged that Western backers are growing tired of supporting Kiev. Uh-oh. Whoa, no. Don't tell Rachel Maddow that. The West is increasingly losing patience with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has claimed the diplomat cited the subdued welcome that the Ukrainian leader recently received on a visit to Romania. Well, that's because the U.S. now has a whole new romance. You know, they have a whole new romance with Israel. You know, they're all in on that. Ukraine, huh? It's sort of like when you have a breakup and your former ex texts you and you realize you changed new phone, you have to type in a new message like new number. Who's this? That's Zelensky. He's getting that text. I got a new number. Who's this? And Zelensky's like, what? Speaking at a meeting with Russian President aide Yuri Yazarov and Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov, Lavrov argued that everyone is fed up with Zelensky. The Russian One TV channel reported on Sunday. According to the broadcast, the diplomat quoted Romanian Senator Diana Sorsaca, who directed an angry triad at the Ukrainian president ahead of his visit at Bucharest last week. Again, Sorsaca called on Romanian President Klaus Iohannis to prevent Zelensky, whom she described as an arrogant, unconscionable traitor, including to his own country, from addressing the Romanian parliament. The politician first warned of bad consequences should she catch the Ukrainian president at the parliament building. We are going to war for Zelensky's grain. March out of our country, godless man. I think we will sit idly. If you think we'll sit idly by, you are wrong. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And again, there's also a few other things here too. There's the ongoing conflicts between Israel and Hamas in Gaza. So that's taking the new front page thing. Do you remember when Ukraine was the front page story? Petrit Farm remembers. Everyone remembers that. But hold on. Let's talk about war and people just kind of going crazy. And the thing is, when we see someone like Janet Yellen talking about this, because I want to play this video again one more time, just so you hear her saying that, yes, we can afford another war. Because I have another video of a person more or less having a meltdown talking about how Israel would be justified in using nuclear bombs to defend itself. So hold on. Just remember, Yellen is saying we could afford two wars.
What this all means. Paul Tudor-Jones, the famed investor, was on CNBC this week, and he said, this is the most threatening and challenging geopolitical environment that I've ever seen. At the same time, the US is in its weakest fiscal position since World War II, with debt to GDP at 122%. Can America, can the West afford another war at this time?
I think the answer is absolutely. America can certainly afford to stand with Israel and to support Israel's military needs. And we also can and must support Ukraine in its struggle against Russia. And look, the American economy is doing extremely well.
Ugh, I hate that woman. But hold on. Let's see where this mindset's going to get us. Because look, Monday morning, Mark Levin had a meltdown on Fox News. He yelling about how Israel would be justified in using nuclear bombs to defend itself. So I kind of feel sorry. Look. It takes a lot out of me to really feel sorry for anyone on Fox News. But I kind of feel sorry for these three because they're probably seeing a grown man have an on-air meltdown. I'll keep my pausing to a minimum, but I hope all of you are sitting down. You need to listen to this.
Than them do whatever they have to do to win. So put that on the table of debate now. What are they going to do if they're surrounded? What are they going to do if 150,000 advanced missiles are going to be shot? What are they going to do if Iran gets involved? Well, they can't win a conventional war. What are they going to do? I think I know what they do. I know what we would do. We would destroy the enemy because otherwise we're exterminated. That's all I have to say.
Well, Mark, you brought up nuclear war. I mean, essentially, and also we're talking about America's involvement and how as
no,
this expands.
No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. If you drop, look.
I'm
Rachel,
sorry.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Rachel, when you ask questions like that, you need to answer them, not just ask them. What are they going to do if there's multiple front war? What are they going to do if they have have kidnapped our hostages and other hostages. What are they going to do? Die, I guess.
We had a gen.
Okay, look, Mark, buddy, I need you to maybe roll up a joint or drink some water or maybe take a nap. Maybe have a Snickers bar, something. Maybe do all of the above because you seem a little perturbed, a little angry. And when you start going on national TV and having this full-on meltdown, just remember, a lot of corporate media, it's access media, people of influence and power. All these people who you see on the big screen have some influence in Washington, D.C. Some might have more than others not so much. But to be clear here, this is the state of political affairs in this country. Even Fox News left a little bit speechless because I'm pretty sure even the anchors wouldn't like to see mushroom clouds in the sky in New York City. I wouldn't like to see that, and I'm pretty sure all of you wouldn't like to see that either.
General on earlier in the show who said that our military is not doing well. Recruitments are low. They're not focused. He described a military that's not prepared in many ways, and yet there we are in Ukraine. We could have another front here. China's on the move. I mean, this has to be. We have to pause and think a little bit here because it just sounds like a roll towards
Rachel,
war.
Honestly, I don't know what you're talking about. What does Ukraine have to do with this and China have to do it? I'm talking about the Israelis are going there.
I'm talking, the Israelis have their issue, but I'm concerned that a lot of the talk that's going on now is about involving the United States. And that's another matter. And it's not anti-Semitic to say that we as Americans should take a pause.
That's kind of fair. Yeah, we should take a pause. Hey, the economy is not doing great for many Americans. And as we have witnessed firsthand, especially what happened to the people of Lahaina, who got a one-time whopping $700. They're permanently displaced from their homes at this point. It's going to probably take a couple of years for those homes to be rebuilt. And when they move on back, oh no, surprise, surprise, goodness gracious, cretaceous, they can't afford to live there. Oh, what about the people of East Palestine, Ohio, who've been exposed to dangerous chemicals? Right? So those are just two communities. There's countless other communities that are dealing with man-made and natural disasters or crumbling infrastructure, but yet billions of dollars going to Ukraine. I think it's fair that many Americans could say, hey, can we hit the pause button? Can we not have the sequel to World War II, WW3? Because let me tell you, folks, there will not be a great reconstruction. The survivors will envy the dead. And even if there is a remnant of human civilization, the technology that we're at right now, we're not going to get back to it. We've dug up most of the resources to build everything here. That's it. Humanity will be a shell of its former self. And I dare not even think what we would look like. So it's fair enough to say, hey, maybe this conflict between Israel and Palestine, let's put a pause to this. This conflict between Ukraine and Russia, let's put a pause to this. Let's put a pause to all of this. Maybe, I don't know, everyone take a nap, have some food, something, think about it. Everyone sit at the good old diplomacy table and maybe talk it out like grown adults. Oh, wait, that's a bridge too far for many of these politicians to do. And old Mark, hold on, he's not done melting down. We still got 2 minutes and 23 seconds of this.
Okay, look. I didn't say it was anti-Semitic. That's number one. So I don't appreciate that either. Number two, the Israelis haven't asked us to get involved. They asked us to give them equipment. Number three, they have their own arsenal, which they never admit. So while you bring up all these issues to me, which kind of fogs precisely, you're the prime minister of Israel. You're about to send hundreds of thousands of your troops in to take out the enemy once and for all. We saw the slaughter that took place. He's not thinking about Ukraine or China, neither are we. And I'm saying to you this, I'm telling you the truth. Sometimes it's tough. If Israel is going to face annihilation, you think they have those nukes in there to collect dust? I'm not even encouraging anything be done. I'm not even saying nuke them, nuke them, nuke them. I am saying Iran needs to understand, and Hezbollah needs to understand that if you think you're going to wipe out these people, you're not. And so we have to deal with reality. And reality is but America's involved in this. America, I said they're going to drop them. In my opinion, they might. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm the only one bringing this up.
I don't know. Maybe can we all just say stop for a minute? Again, Mark, dude, calm down for a minute.
I'm not even encouraging it. But if you're a country that has that kind of weaponry and your people are going to be slaughtered as they were, except this time totally destroyed, they need to be thinking about all their options. And my guess is they are. I don't know. So when we go on TV and say, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? They're surrounded. They're going to wipe them out. We can't send troops. We can't. Fine. But if I'm the president or prime minister of Israel, I got to think it all through. All of it. As far as the U.S. military.
And thank God you're not in a position of power, buddy. No, you're the last person to have power at all, period. Okay? It's because of big brain geniuses like you, humanity will become, well, just another chapter of life on Earth.
Being stretched, that's not Israel's fault. It's nothing to do with Israel. And it might be nice if we actually started to fund our military too and not treat it like it's some secondary agency and put a 19% increase for the EPA.
Hey, guys, did you know the U.S. military is a secondary agency? I'm surprised. Let's have democracy in the chat. Type 3, whoa, I didn't know that. Type 4, what the hell are you talking about?
We have a lot of problems in this country. A lot. But that's not on the head of the...
Hold on, let's rewind that again, just so we hear it again.
As far as the U.S. military being stretched, that's not Israel's fault. It's nothing to do with Israel. And it might be nice if we actually started to fund our military too and not treat it like it's some secondary agency and put a 19% increase for the EPA. We have a lot of problems in this country. A lot. But that's not on the head of the Israeli people who are trying to survive. Yeah. I'm done unless somebody else has another question.
No, Mark, it all underscores the violence.
Again, like this dude's struggling to end this segment because they're like probably getting a message from the producer like, all right, he's not on his medicine or he's a little bit hangry. Try and wrap it up. So pull something out of your wazoo just to end the segment. I'm willing to bet that's what took place. Or he's like, all right, get him off the air. Get him off the air. He's saying the quiet part loud.
And the threat that has been brought to us when we look weak. Which I know we can all agree on in that context. And
okay, yeah.
Israel's
all right, buddy. Here's what I say about that whole segment. This classic.
Oof, 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 oof.
The economy's doing great.
Oof.
The economy's doing what now?
Oof, oof.
The economy's doing great, according to Janet Yellen, and we can afford 2 wars.
Oof, oof, oof.
I know. I'm as depressed as all of you. But this is where we're at. We have people like good old Markey right there, melting down, saying it's okay to use nukes. Zelensky is all of a sudden probably getting the cold shoulder because he's no longer the hot babe in town. And old Janet Yellen herself, U.S. Treasury, saying that, yes, we could afford 2 wars. But anything to help out the working class people of the free world? Especially in the United States? No, there's no money to help out poor people. The economy's doing great, according to her. Never mind the fact that Americans are losing their homes. It's impossible to rent. Small businesses are being shut down. It's impossible for people to pay off their debts. Infrastructure is crumbling apart. Lack of economic opportunities. Education is a far, far reach. We got student debt. We got medical debt. But the economy is doing great. Disregard the fact that there's inflation and prices still keep going up and up and up. The economy is not doing great. And that's going to be a front and center issue. They might be putting up all these wars just to distract us, but at the end of the day, the one issue that is going to matter to Americans, especially if this economy keeps on going under, it's going to be about the dollars. It's going to be about money. There is a breaking point that I think we're witnessing here amongst Americans where they're tired. They're tired of getting involved in other foreign wars or tired of funding other governments, tired of being left behind. The economy is doing great, according to Janet Yellen. But she's in her ivory tower while the rest of us are outside, So it's okay for her to be smug and fart around thinking that it's a-okay. It's okay for somebody like Mark to go live on air saying, oh, we got to fund more wars. And hey, if I was the prime minister of Israel, I'd push that shiny red button. These are the people and institutions that are ruling over us. If you're not upset, or if you're not a little bit scared right now that we have these tone deaf, sociopathic liars in power, I don't know what else to tell you. The evidence is clear. No matter where you stand on the political spectrum, you, as a U.S. citizen, are left in the wilderness, and yet you're being told that you have shelter. You don't.